Happy Hallmark Day, that's right, it's Valentine's Day, February 14th, and it's this week's weekly wrap-up.
I live on the edge and don't know what my name is, but I know I'll be playing whatever the game is. And once that you burner, it really no shame is, and all that we do therefore just for the famous. I like to set up things, I like to be winning, and I love to betray you, and I love to be sinning, but I'm instantly cheating as soon as you leave me, but I can't be resistant as long as I'm singing.
I've got 4 things for you this week, 2 of which actually are Google related. We've got one from Canon and one from Myspace. Yes, Myspace actually makes the weekly wrap-up. We'll see if that continues to happen. Let's get on with the first one. It starts with Google. Everybody's been buzzing about, well, Buzz. It is Google's answer to Twitter. It was a matter of time before this happened, and I guess it's finally here. So what is it? It's exactly like Twitter, except that it's all in one place. So you've got your Gmail inbox and your Buzz inbox all in the same place, gmail.com. My problem is that I don't use gmail.com. I use my Apple Mail program, or I use any other client available, but I don't like the web, because that means I got to keep another window open. That's a real pain in the neck for me. So are we going to have desktop clients like Twitter? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know, but I think there's a lot of people in the same boat like me, and that's going to determine the success of this product. It doesn't have a 140 character limit though, and that could be very cool because now you actually get to say more. Then again, the magic of Twitter is the 140K limit. Quick, short blurbs just shot out there, out into cyberspace for everybody to read, instantaneous, real-time updates without having to sift and read and read and read the way you would, because now we're just talking about emails again. It's good, it's bad, I don't know. People say it's a game changer. I see it as just another variation of the game. It also synchronizes with Twitter, so all of my tweets are now also alongside my buzzes. I got buzzes, I've got tweets, they're all in the same place, but they're a little bit slower to update, so I don't really know what this means for Google. Some people are thrilled. I guess it's cool. I could see why it's got some cool factors to it. I used it, I checked it out. I'll probably peek in on it here and there, but not a big fan. The one thing I do like about it is threaded conversations. I put a lot of tweets out. You guys know this. I'll tweet something, 5-6 hours later, somebody replies, at JVig, ha ha ha, and I'm like, I don't know which one of the 5,000 tweets I've put out today is what you're actually laughing at. So that's a problem with Twitter. Buzz puts it, threaded in line. So each response in succession from the original Buzz all falls in a threaded format. So it kind of helps you keep track a little bit. I don't know. I think it's just Google's answer to this. Whatever. If you don't use Gmail, don't switch to it just for Buzz. If you do, then check it out. Use it. It's free. Other than that, I don't know. Just Google's trying to be everywhere. They've got more places that they're about to be here in the near future, too. So, Buzz, not impressed. Not so far. Plain, boring white profiles. That's what it is. Nothing else to say about it. Sorry. For all of you digital photographers out there, Canon released a brand new DSLR, their T2i. It's very cool. It's another Rebel, so it's fairly entry level, but it does a couple of things that they haven't done before. It does full 1080p at 30 frames per second video recording. Very, very cool. Last time we did that, it was at a week like 24 frames per second, which, as we know, is a lot slower than what TV or video should be. So this will be much better for that. Comes in at $800. It shoots 18 megapixels. One of the coolest features, I think, will be the widescreen LCD. It's not going to change your photography, but it'll certainly make looking at things on the cam quite a bit better. Should hit in the not too distant future. $800 for the body by itself, $900 with a kit lens. Very good beginner, entry level, maybe one step up, second camera kind of deal. Check it out. It's no candle to the 5D, 7D series. Those are your pro lines. But this T2i, I think, is going to be breakthrough for the entry level guys. We'll see if I get my hands on one when it comes out. We'll talk more about it. Google's back. Not hardware, not software, not web services, ISP. They are rolling out a fiber network to everywhere in the country, starting with target markets. This could be as small as 50,000 users, as big as 500,000 users. We're going to see where it's going to go. They're taking feedback right now. They've got an RFI, that's request for information, out there right now. They're trying to pull in feedback and see who's going to use it, how they're going to use it, who wants it, who's interested, what they'll pay. They're talking about competitive pricing fiber to the home at 1 gigabit per second. That is significantly faster than what anybody sees right now on typical cable. It's a first for Google. It's amazing to me. I can't wait to see what they do with this. Usually I use Google services because they're ubiquitous and everywhere, but it's kind of like you kind of can't avoid them, and they do have good products, but I'm not a true Google fanboy. But this may turn the tide. Very cool stuff. 1 gigabit per second at the house. I mean, that's amazing. We're talking full-length movies in minutes. We're talking zero latency in videos. You guys could watch me a hell of a lot faster. I know that excites everybody. But just imagine what that really means. Very cool. Keep your eyes peeled on this. March 26th, the RFI closes later this year. Rollout's going to begin. So hopefully, 2010, we're streaming video over Google's fiber network. At least some of us. I don't know. Keep your fingers crossed. I am. That's some great speeds, guys. I'm really excited about this. I'll be sure to be in touch more about it as more info comes out. If you remember a couple of weeks ago, I was trying to talk about Myspace, and I kept saying Facebook because MySpace is such a non-entity in the world that I just couldn't even get the word out because it's just not anywhere in my head. I just don't even think about it ever again. But it's funny because they're actually making the weekly wrap-up this week. Here's what happened. Their CEO, after 10 months, steps down. Why? Because he knows and admits that they're struggling to keep up against Facebook. So he's out. They now have 2 co-presidents that are going to be stepping up to see what they can do. This guy says that he's proud of what he's done, and his last name's Netta or something. He says he's proud of what he's done, and he's brought 1.5 million users. 1.5 million users? Oh my God. That's nothing. But I don't know. So they're on their way out. These 2 new co-presidents are not really going to do shit. But this guy stepped down 10 months, so what does that say? I mean, that to me, that's a white flag. That's it. They're all but dead. Even app developers like Zynga, the guys that make Mafia Wars and Farmville and Yoville and thisville and thatville, they are not releasing updates for their applications in a timely fashion. People moving away from MySpace. It just don't offer anybody. So, you know, I give it credit though. It started the social media movement and brought it to the masses, but it just hasn't evolved. It's very non-interactive. It's just not really very cool. So, I don't know. But I thought it was very interesting that 10 months later, this guy's like, you know what? I'm done. I got nothing left. And he's out. We'll see what these next 2 guys bring, if anything. Other than that, I wouldn't expect to see much out of MySpace ever again. I wouldn't expect to hear me say much about it in the future either. So, that's it. Not too much. We got a couple from Google, Canon, MySpace. A couple things happening. Hopefully, you know, more comes around. And we'll see what's exciting and what's interesting and, you know, what we can talk about. I appreciate the response on Facebook, the fan page. 259 fans in like 4 weeks time frame. You guys are amazing. Let's keep it up. 300 by the end of February. That's the goal. Tell your friends, tell your family. Make new accounts and register. I'm just kidding about that last one. But remember, Facebook, come check out the fan page. Find me on Twitter at jvig, vig at vigthegeek.com. These videos are on YouTube. They're aggregated onto Vig the Geek, and they are also in iTunes as podcasts. The written articles are on examiner.com. Search me by name at Jason Viglione, or just go ahead and read vigthegeek.com. Articles and videos all in one spot right there. Comments are enabled on every single piece of media, so let's get some feedback. Talk to me. What do you want to know about? What are you curious about? I've been getting some good responses on Facebook, though, so I appreciate that. So there I am, absolutely everywhere. Just hit me up. Let's see what's out there. Let's see what's exciting. And we'll see you next Sunday, because you know how it goes. It's Vig the Geek every week.